Financial Wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
So a couple of the areas that we want to talk about is at this time of the year, you need to start regrouping. Maybe you should check and see. I mean, we talk about this a lot. See if your insurance is even valid right now. Is it the right insurance? Are you underinsured? Is your insurance right for your future? Things change, don't they?
Change all the time. New births, there's deaths, there's
jobs,
retirement, there's
income
jobs,
changes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you something interesting, right? So my first policy was a 20-year fixed, and it felt like that was a million years to me at the time. And I don't know, I should probably dust it off. I'm probably 10 years into that thing now, you know?
Yeah.
So it's something
Scott's been telling you that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I might be 12 years into that thing now. But it's one of those things, too. Time just goes by, and so if you had this policy that seemed like a very long time ago, just take a moment to think about that and reflect on that. Right. And it's like, hey, there may not be too much time left on that policy, and you might as well get into something new while you're still healthy.
That's right.
Do you review a lot of policies or see things that should be changed? I know you've talked to us about that. I'm sure you can look at it and go, huh. But you know what questions to ask. That's where experience comes in. This is where I always talk about it. It's not sales. It's really about after all the things you've seen, what good or bad, meaning you've seen policies that were in effect to save somebody. You've seen them where they didn't have policies to protect their family. So now you know what questions to ask them. Is that really the bulk of it?
You know, it's knowing what questions to ask and also listen to what the answers are, because what your answers are today or 10 years ago are maybe different if I ask the same questions today. So things do change. I know you probably had kids in the last 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
Things have changed. I know your wife has a business, but I bet it's changed where it was 12 years ago.
Sure.
She was working for somebody probably, right?
No, she wasn't even in this country. I imported her. Nice. She came in 13 years ago. She's an import, yeah.
Hey, where's that catalog?
Hey,
you did good.
I did really well.
Yeah,
if everybody had that catalog. Yeah.
Nice.
Nella's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's but you're right. Things change. Yeah. Ultimately, things change, and like I mentioned in the earlier segment, I said hopefully people's income change for the better as well, and that's something to take into consideration as well. I keep thinking about life insurance so differently now, and I'm always thinking about income replacement. What would happen? I mean, it would be a vacuum. Even the policy I have today would take care of some expenses, but how do you get monthly income?
Right. You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, are you saying, like, is your question, if something happened to you, how would your wife survive without you?
Yeah.
What are some of the options? Because a lot of people like Gino, I love he always brings up a lot of people go, well, we owe this on our home. Right. We'll take care of the home. But they really don't think about how they're going to survive after that.
Planners look at it usually two ways. One, they look at all the debt and they say, how much is it going to take to pay off all the debt? Because usually the spouse wants to make sure their spouse has no debt. But the other thing to look at it is what you said is income is, what income would you want to have replaced? If somebody had $2 million of life insurance and they invested it and they were getting 5% a year, that'd be $100,000.
Thank you for wearing your hat, by the way. Yeah. You should see Scott in his cute little hat. Go to donandgino.com. You can click on the live streaming, and you enter our studio right here, and you'll see Scott. You're looking very cute in your hat.
It's good.
Very festive. Nicely done.
Covers the bald spot.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
That's why we're all wearing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear this all the time.
That overhead cam's kind of nasty with us.
Hey, Don, it's July. You can take the Christmas hat off. It's covering my bald spot.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just about replacing income. $2 million is going to replace $100,000, and if you have children, you got to put them through college, and it's super expensive nowadays.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going through that, by the way. One of my kids last year was $46,000 just for just regular school. Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys need insurance, Scott's ready to write the policies.
Yeah. So I have a $20 million policy.
You got to help Scott put his kids through college.
No, I'm just the point is life is expensive.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're saying. People don't think about these type of things.
Right.
I mean, especially college, it kind of sneaks up on you because you're raising your kids, and all of a sudden, boom, you're like, oh, shoot, where do we come up with the money? And darn it, I pushed him to do really good in school. Boy, that's going to cost me.
That's why I'm definitely not doing that. It's like the traveling hockey team, right? My son says he wants to play hockey, I'm like, boy, I hope he sucks. If he's really good at it, it's going to
I
be
know.
expensive.
Yeah, my dad loved that I was a professional motocrosser. He's like, really?
Yeah.
He goes, you should have played golf. And even that adds up.
Yeah.
Okay, so they should be reviewing their policies. Can they do that with you?
I love to help anybody out.
Because
a lot of times, when I see people that are really well set up. I'll say, "You've done great. Stay with what you have."
Okay, so that's a good
Yeah.
thing. You make them feel good if they are
Yeah,
set up.
absolutely.
That's peace of
And if they
mind.
aren't, there's peace of mind going, whew, I mean, remember, it's not about you. It's not always about the dollar amount. It's always about being protected and knowing that you are. And there are strategies, too. That's the other piece I love about you, Scott, with all the different tools you have. Because if you only have one tool, you're going to sell that tool.
Right.
But you have every product in the book,
Right.
and you know what direction to go. Just like us, when we do a loan, it's not just, here's a 30-year fix. It doesn't fit everyone.
No.
And the costs don't fit everyone. Maybe they need help with the cost. They need help with the down payment. They need help with so many different options.
Right.
We can look at them, and if we only had one product, we'd be hosed.
Right.
That's all we're going to sell, and that's not always best for the client.
Exactly. There's not any one company that's right for everybody. If somebody has heavy, there's certain companies that deal with that. If somebody's got diabetes or past cancers, there's
Oh, there you
certain
go.
companies that are best for certain situations.
I got to tell you, I think about, I'll call it life insurance by convenience. I think that's probably how most people get life insurance is, and AAA does an amazing job. I mean,
Sure.
you get these packages in the mail that look all official, and there's these forms and diplomas and all this stuff. You look in there and you're like, wow, this is great. What is this? And it's like, oh, it's an ad for life insurance.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, but it just says, just sign here, and you'd be done with it.
Yeah, just sign here. Okay. Well, please stay tuned to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. This is our holiday special, and we're here with our good friend Scott Zimmerman with Corporate Strategies, sharing with you what you need to know, want to know, and should know about protecting your families. That's what it's really all about today. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.